can't stop. I got motion. I'm moving. I'm going. Can't lose focus. I got motion. I'm moving. I'm going.
Red Corner Boxing. We're in the game.
Yes, guys. Good evening and welcome to Red Corner Boxing. You're with Jam and the Boxing Man, as Mr. Neutral is unfortunately under the weather, so wishing him all the best. Just before we get into the first fight of the weekend, we are proudly sponsored by Easy Storage, your place to go for all your storage needs across the United Kingdom. And, of course, the Boxing Fight Zone. Check them out at boxingfightzone.com. So, this is who's on the show today. We've got me and the Boxing Man. Love that pick, mate. I made that off your X handle. Quality. You
gave me the inspiration, though, so I just added him. Seeing as he's watching all these fights with me, mate, I may as well add him to it.
That's it, mate. Why not? I'll have to think about doing one with Mike Tyson. Might have to nick the idea, brother. Anyway, let's get into the first fight of the weekend. We're going to keep them really short. This is just a quick show, to preview the weekend. So we're going to start with Bakhram Murtazaliev versus Josh Kelly from Newcastle for the IBF Super Welterweight title. And we've already got the weights in for this one. And surprisingly, Bakhram's coming lighter than Kelly. He's coming at 152.2 compared to Kelly's 153.4. Sorry, 53.6. So do you think that'll make any difference? And Bakhram's been inactive as well, Brett, hasn't he? He's been out since October 24 when he stopped Tim Tszyu in the third round. What's your thoughts on this one, mate?
Well, it's a massive opportunity for Kelly, isn't it?
It's really now.
It's a massive opportunity. You know, he goes into this, for me, as obviously still as an underdog. I feel like Josh has got it all on. But if you can pull it off, he's onto a bigger and better things.
Yeah, well, he's already got the Boots fight signed if he wins.
Yeah,
apparently. Yeah. So that's what Eddie Hearn said. So imagine that, mate. Kelly versus Boots. That'll be a battle of skill.
Do you think the inactivity is gonna lead in his favour then on this one?
It could do. You know, I've said Bakhram all along, but looking at him at the presser and stuff and at the weigh-in, he looks really gaunt in his face. He looks old. He looks like his age. He's 33. Kelly's 31, of course.
Could have struggled to make the weight.
He looks like he has, but then he's coming light, which is surprising.
Yeah.
So it's, he looks. Tell you what, he looked almost ill. He looks really gaunt in the face. He looks old. He looks tired, but he's a Russian. You know, they're weathered that way, aren't they?
Yeah, of course.
So I don't know if it's going to make much of a difference, but Kelly's going to try his heart out. He's a skillful boxer, former Olympian, of course. You know, he knows the game inside out, and this is his best chance for a world title now. He needs to set this one because there's not many places for him to go if he doesn't, is there?
No, if he does this one, then there's probably a couple of big paydays left for him. So, and good on him. He's been a good servant. You know, we've talked about it before, Josh Kelly, about is he one of those ones that had the talent and hasn't fulfilled it, you know?
Yeah.
But let's see.
That's it. So what's your prediction then, finally, on this one before we go to the next fight?
I am going to, unfortunately, back against Josh Kelly, and I'm going to go for a UD.
I've gone for Bakhram stoppage. I think round 8 or 9 in the official league, but I'll say round 9 today, sitting here.
So we'll
move on to the second fight then, brother. We're going to the vacant EBU European Super Featherweight title fight between Josh Padler and Joao Belmadi. So this is a good fight for Padler. It looks, to be honest, quite an easy lick for me. I think they've picked a good opponent just there to be taken. I don't think the Frenchman's all that. He lost to Kanju last time by UD. He's 27 years old, he's got a record of 23, 2 and 3. I think Padley could do this guy, maybe even stop him. What do you think?
Yeah, I don't listen. I know about Josh Padley. I don't know much about his opponent, other than Josh Padley, one of the nicest men in boxing, isn't he? So
yeah, absolutely,
he's always got time for people. So you got to be rooting for him. So without, don't anybody go to the bookmakers on my prediction. Stick with Jam's the man on his prediction for this one. But I will favour Padley on a decision.
Yeah. I think that's what I took in the prediction league to be safe. I took the UD. But looking at him, I'm thinking Padley looks fired up. He looks raring to go. He's got a bit of a smack. His record don't suggest it with 5 stoppages and his 17 wins. But he can pop. And I've got a feeling he might get this man out of there, I've just got a feeling.
Let's hope for it.
That's it, matey. That's it. Well, that was nice and quick on the European vacant title. Let's go now to Eilif Nurturhan, defending her IBF lightweight title for the first time against Australian Taylor Jensen. Now, Jensen, the only time I've seen her in a full fight was against, what's her name? Shauna Brown, and she lost by split decision. So she can be beat, but she's tough as they come. She's a tough Aussie. 8-1-0 is her record, and she can really hang tough. So She could test Turhan, but Turhan's a wrecking ball. We've all seen how hard she hits. We've seen what she's done to Beatrice Ferreira. You know, she's devastating. So I can only see this one going one way. But what's your thoughts before I say mine?
Listen, do you know what the encyclopedia picked in the prediction league? What did he pick? Because he knows all about third round.
First.
He knows all about this character. He's very, very excited about it. So I'll stick my neck on the line. If Hakan's saying that, I'll go with the third round knockout.
Yeah, I went for the second round. DJ Pat also said first round as well, I believe.
I think did he just comment there? Did Pat just comment?
Oh, yes, sorry. Yes, he did. He said,
gone for round
Jensen
one.
didn't look comfortable after the weigh-in. Eilif Nurturhan will make the process short. KO round one. Yes, so he did say round one.
Yeah.
Thank you, DJ Pat. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you to everyone tuning in. If you're new to Red Corner, do hit that subscribe button. It really is appreciated. So then, I've already said, mate, second round KO for Turhan. I can't see it going any other way, although Jensen is tough. So we'll have to see what goes on. So we move on now then, mate, to the big card. We're going for Teofimo Lopez versus Shakur Stevenson. WBO super lightweight title on the line from New York, Madison Square Garden. This, for me, is one of the best fights to be made in boxing. I genuinely believe that skill-wise, there's not many better fights to make. This is an absolute cracking matchup, but it could be a stinker. It could be an absolute chess match, just a skill set showing, rather than it's not going to be an all-action brawl that we like. What's your thoughts on it, Brett? Who you got in this one, mate, in the main event?
To be honest with you, mate, my worry is Teo looking at him with hands down and Shakur feinting him to try and get him to jump. And I worry that it might be a bit of a, that meme where the two Spider-Mens are pointing at each other. My worry is that could happen. However, and this was a good mate of mine, G-Chain, big up G-Chain, when we was having a discussion, he made a really good point. If Shakur can nick the early rounds, even if it is that boring standoff, if he can nick the early rounds, then Lopez is going to have to open up. And as he opens up, that's, for me, when Shakur will counter-punch him to bits. And I don't see it any other way, because I'm a big fan of Shakur Stevenson, of his skill set. And I think it's going to be a unanimous decision for Shakur.
Yeah, well, we're in agreement on that, mate. I see it exactly the same. But everything you just said is exactly how I feel about Shakur. I think he's a better boxer. He's so fluid and slick. People say that he runs a lot. He does what he's got to do to win. At the end of the day, what he done against Edwin De Los Santos, if he didn't, he might have got knocked out. You can't knock a man for using his natural-born skill to win a boxing match.
I always say this, mate. We have loads of side chats away from this right now. But, is he going to be bothered what these people have said about him in 10 years' time when he retires?
Mansion with his millions.
Multi-millionaire. And, whatever. Like, for me, skill set, he's one of the finest talents that we've got in boxing currently.
Absolutely, mate. Completely agree. SWS Boxing is saying, let's go Lopez. So he's a big Teo fan. I actually quite like Teofimo Lopez. I never liked him before, but then I got to speak to him in a space, and he's actually quite a cool guy.
Yeah,
he did change my mind a little bit, but I'm still going Shakur, man. I still think Shakur's got too much skill for him, even though he's a world-class boxer himself. That's what makes it so entertaining.
And he can
pop. I'm going for a UD the same, mate. I'm going for UD.
He can pop. He can pop. Yeah, so let's see.
It's going to be a cracking chess match, mate, and I really can't wait. I can't wait. Well, the next fight we were going to do, boxing man, was Carlos Adames against Amo Williams, but it's been called off. So,
and your intel is you think he was struggling to make the weight? Is that right?
Yes, mate. That's what I've heard. It's not confirmed though. It's just a rumor for now. But yeah, Adames got sick and had to go to hospital because he was failing at the weight, struggling at the weight. Okay. So they're looking at now bringing a lad called, what's his name? Oh, it's just completely left my head now. There's a lad who's bought in, Wendy Toussaint. He's coming in a super welterweight, he is, but he's moving up to middle, and they're negotiating him to fight Amo now.
Okay.
So Amo could still be fighting on the card, but we're not going to cover that because it's not confirmed yet.
Okay.
So we'll move down to the next fight, which will be Keyshawn Davies against Jermaine Ortiz. Cracking little matchup, this, mate. I'm surprised it wasn't higher up on the card, to be honest.
Great matchup.
Yeah, Keyshawn obviously had that disaster with the DB3, didn't he, in Norfolk, when his brother lost to Nahir Albright. He lost his shit. Yeah. He shamed himself, he shamed his whole family, he shamed the boxing world. It was terrible scenes. Absolute embarrassment. And what he done the other night when Andy Cruz lost was no better.
No.
Celebrating like he'd won the fight. Like he's still 4-0 down to the guy. What are you celebrating? Yeah, but anyway, to this fight, Keyshawn Davis, Jermaine Ortiz. How do you see it going, mate?
Yeah, I mean, look, the person that knows a little bit about the sport would tell you, do not think about for 1 second writing Ortiz off in this fight. Do not think about it, because you would be very, very mistaken. And also, the way that Keyshawn's been acting recently, it gives that training team every opportunity to be pissed off and focused and locked in. Not that they wouldn't be anyway, because I'm not a big fan of the way he's been conducting himself. He's put a massive target on his back. The fans are going to go against him now just because of the way he conducts himself. But I think he's got enough, mate, and I think he's going to win a decision.
Yeah, that's a fair call, mate. Yeah, I think I took a Keyshawn 10th round stoppage on the prediction league, which I'm kind of regretting now, because Jermaine Ortiz is ever so tough, man. He's only ever lost to Teo and Loma.
That's what I'm about.
No great shame in that. So he's a tough individual.
People say he got robbed against Loma.
Yeah, a lot of people did, yeah. He won his last fight, didn't he, against Batista?
Yeah.
Keyshawn last time out was 2025 in February when he beat Baranchuk, weren't it? By TKO in the 4th.
He looked good in that fight, by the way. He looked good in that fight.
He can pop, mate. So he can pop. So I'm going to change my prediction from the league. I'm going to go UD Keyshawn as well, mate, to be honest. I think that's the safer option. But he needs a big performance after the way he's behaved, and especially at the weekend with Andy Cruz defeat. He showed himself right up there for me.
You know what, though? There are certain characters in boxing, mate, as you know, that thrive on that. They actually do it because they love the thrill of the crowd hating them and people hating them. So if that's his MO, but he definitely has put a huge target on his back.
He has, yeah. Well, let's briefly touch on Xander Zayas versus Abass Baraou from San Juan, Puerto Rico. It's a cracking fight. It's gone well under the radar because it's such a busy weekend of boxing.
Yeah, so busy.
So it's WBO super welterweight title and the WBA. So it's a unification matchup between the German and the Puerto Rican. So it's going to be a really good fight, mate, to be honest. But I'm fancying Xander Zayas, the 22-0 with the 13 knockouts. He can bang, he can move. This is his chance to prove himself at the top table. What's your thoughts, mate, on this one?
Yeah, Zayas is potentially a huge star, isn't he? One of the next breakout stars of boxing. I don't see any other way than a win. But I'm torn between late stoppage and a UD. I'll say Zayas late 10. Is it 12 rounder?
Yes, it is, matey. Yeah, because it's for the unification. Yeah.
Yeah, great. So yeah, of course it is. Yeah, I'm going to go 10th for Zayas. Yeah,
that's pretty much where I'm at, mate. I think Barras will be slippery at first because he's quite a tricky mover, the German. He's a decent little boxer. Yeah. I think he'll just tire down the stretch and Xander will put the pressure on in front of his raucous home crowd. I just believe he's going to have too much and he'll force the late stoppage around 9 or 10. So it'll be a good night in San Juan.
I'm excited for that one.
Yeah, man, it's free on Top Rank Facebook in the UK. And
I saw that.
It's on Tubi for you in Canada. Tubi, on free Tubi. Or Top Rank Classics if you have that. So at least we can watch it. But it's on at the same time as the Shakur card. That's the only problem.
I know.
Yeah, there's too many on at the same time. It just messes your head up, man. You have to have your laptop, your phone, your TV all on the go at the same time. It makes it a crazy situation.
It's Royal Rumble as well, if anyone's into that.
Yeah, the wrestling. I used to watch that when I was a kid. I'm not so much no more. Mr. Neutral's in the house. Hope you're feeling better, my brother. That's our co-founder, Mr. Neutral. Should have been here today, but he's under the weather, bless him. I hope you feel better, brother.
It's probably me boring his ears off yesterday with our
that was a great show, mate. That was a fantastic. Honestly, I was so into that show, man. I was getting goosebumps, when we were going through it and that. Yeah. Absolutely amazing. Ricky and Carl Froch, two of my absolute heroes, man. That was something else. Let's touch on the next fight, mate. We've got Jacob Bank fighting William Skull from Kolding in Denmark. This is for the WBO Global Super Middleweight title. Of course, William Skull's last fight was that disaster against Canelo where he ran. Now, that one can be criticised because he didn't even try and engage. When Shakur does it, he's always landing shots and then getting back, landing shots, getting back. Skull just ran. That was just an embarrassment to boxing. But I think he'll do better here against Jacob Bank, who's undefeated, 17-0, the Dane. He was last out against Tyrone Zeuger, who's a tough German. And he managed to get him out of there in the 5th round. So this one, mate, I'm seeing it literally like Skull's just going to put on a clinic. I really do. Jacob Bank, Hawkan rates him highly. I've not seen that much of him, not as much as Hawkan, of course. Yeah. But William Skull's very skillful and we can't write him off because of that Canelo performance. What's your thoughts quickly on this one, brother?
Yeah, mate, he's experienced as well, isn't he now? Regardless of him running around the ring, still being in the presence of Canelo, you learn things. You'll still pick things up. Yeah, I'm with you. I expect Skull to win, but I think it'll go to the cards.
Yeah. I think UD Skull. That's what I think. Yeah. I don't think he'll be able to stop the young lad. He's only 23 years old, Jacob Banks.
Yeah.
So
I think he's going to let his hands go on this one because of the slander he got in the last fight. We'll see him very, very active, and probably with his experience, he's going to have enough for the young kid, and that's just my way. Did Håkan pick bank?
Yes, mate. Yeah, Håkan picked bank. I think DJ Pat may have done as well. You can let me know if you're still watching, Pat. I think he did as well, mate. So the two Scandinavians both went for Jacob Bank. Okay. I've seen a couple of his fights. He is good. I've seen the Zuga fight when he stopped him, and he don't get stopped often. So he can bang. He's a geezer. You know what I mean? It's just... Oh, no. Pat said bank UD because they're two home judges on the scorecard. Oh, of course, yeah. I forgot about that part. There's two Danish judges and one Swedish judge and a Swedish ref. So Skull's going to struggle to get a decision over there, mate, in Colding.
I'm sticking with it.
Yeah, I think it'll be too one-sided for them to rob him. That's what I'm thinking. Because he's a Cuban, mate. You know how them Cubans box. Amateur style, absolute flawless technique.
100%.
Yeah. Well, that wraps that one up then, mate. So we'll move on to the last fight of this. This told you it's going to be a quick preview, guys. So thank you, everyone who stuck with us, with me and the boxing man here on Red Corner Boxing. And the last fight is, of course, Fran Hennessy versus Ellie Bouttell for the WBC Silver Bantamweight title. Takes place at the Copper Box in London. What's your thoughts on this one, mate? Hennessy's looked good. Of course, she beat Fabiana Batiki last time out, which was a good win by UD, because Batiki's no mug. She can box. Bouttell, the China-based Brit, she was last out against Arafat, who I don't know anything about, but she's done it over 6 rounds. What's your thoughts on this one, Brett?
Well, let me ask you a question, mate. Obviously, I've got thoughts on the fight. Like, how good do you think Fran Hennessy could be? You know, obviously, you follow a lot of the breakout stars. How good can she be?
I think she's good. I don't think she's going to be no world beater. I don't want to say bad things about her, because I really do like Fran Hennessy. She's a lovely boxer. She tries her best. She's an absolute dedicated athlete. Yeah. I don't think she's going to be like, Bumgardner level, Michaela Mayer level, anything like that. Wow. I think she could be a decent, she'll probably get a world title, but she won't be elite, in my opinion.
And again, what do you think? This is no shade on Hennessy at all. That's my thoughts, and I just wondered if I'd got it wrong. Is that I just don't know if that star quality's there in terms of a personality. The funky dance moves on the way to the ring, and all stuff like that. It's a bit of fun. I think she'll win this fight. I think it'll be a unanimous decision. Yeah. But it'd be interesting to see what happens when the levels start to step up. Yeah,
and do you think she'd have such a name as well if it weren't Hennessy? Part of the Hennessy family.
I think, to be honest, that stupid original dance that she did, and then with him, then it panned to him in the crowd, and everyone was like, "Oh!" So yeah, I think it was very well marketed, wasn't it? Yeah. It was structured really, really well, because she probably wouldn't without the pairing. But now we're thinking about what she's going to do on the walk-in. Bless her.
Yeah, the $1 billion baby. She's still only younger, like Neutral says. She's only 21. She's got a long time to hone her craft. She could become a star. Not everyone starts off as a world beater, do they? I bet Clarissa Shields in her first fight didn't look that great. We've seen it. People struggle in their early fights.
There's one thing for sure, though. No disrespect to Boxer, but Boxer are not in the business right now of rushing their fighters. Yeah. Because they can't have another one knocked off. Like, it was a massive shock to them that Fraser Clark couldn't beat TKV. Yeah, they've got to be very, very careful with the moves that they make. So matchmaking is very important. And I do not think, because people will tune in for the name and for the walkout, I think they have to be very careful. And I don't think they would have got this matchup wrong.
Yeah, that's right. I agree with that, mate. I think Hennessy wide UD on this one. Lauren Price has been announced today against Stephanie Pinheiro. That's a tough fight, mate. Speaking about Boxer arranging fights, they put her in with a 10-0. She's a very good Puerto Rican. Pinheiro, she can box, she can bang.
I'm so excited about Price, though.
She's elite, I think. I think she's the only one who could go all the way in Britain, female side.
Anybody, they all look at her now and they go, I don't want to see that.
It's got to be Maya next, though, isn't it? It's got to be Maya next before Maya moves up to fight. Maybe Clarissa.
Maya will do it, though. The one thing I'll give Michaela Mayer, she's fantastic at taking on all comers. Maya don't duck nobody. So let's see what happens with this fight when it happens. But once that, let's see that big fight, and that'd be amazing. Good payday as well. Absolutely. Good payday for her.
Yeah, she deserves it, mate. She's already got the WBC, WBA. She's got everything, can't she, apart from one WBO. You know what I mean? That's the only title she's got. So,
do you know what I love about her? Like, she just carries that. It's almost like that Mike Tyson-esque of like, what? a fight.
Bullish style.
Yeah, but a fight, and what? What are you going to do about it? Like, it's not like she doesn't play up to the cameras like, hey, how's it going? Like, it's like, no, I'm a fighter. Let's get it on.
Business. Stand on business.
Yeah.
Absolutely, mate. Yeah, I look forward to that. I was hoping to go, but it's in Cardiff and it's a little bit too far for me. Mayor Ducking Price could have been made if someone wants it. Yeah, but Boxer are not going to put her straight in with that news. They're going to want to get some cash out of her first. And that's what they're doing with this Pinheiro fight. But anyway, that brings this quick 20-minute preview show to an end. Thank you so much to the Boxing Man for joining me. Really appreciate you taking time out of your busy day there in Canada, mate.
Welcome, mate.
Massively appreciated. And thank you to everyone watching. And again, if you're new to the channel, do hit that subscribe button. It's massively appreciated. Right then, so before we go, proudly sponsored by Easy Storage and, of course, the Boxing Fight Zone. This has been the weekend preview with me and the Boxing Man. Just turn my camera around for a moment, and we will see you again soon. God bless. Thanks, Brett, man. Cheers.
I'm moving.